Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be going over the statues that were revealed last week, that being March 20th to the 26th. There was a lot of great stuff announced last week, so I can't wait to show you guys. If you guys are in the statue community, you guys know the big one that was released last week. But if you're not, you're going to take a look at one of the more premium One Piece statues out there that a lot of people are considering it to be one of the best. So I'm excited to share that with you guys. So let's go ahead and jump into my computer screen right here, and we'll start going over all of the statue news. Alright, so first up we got Akainu, I believe his name is, from One Piece. This is a WCF scale from G5 Studio. I've mentioned it before, they're my favorite WCF scale company out there. But man, this one really impressed the heck out of me. I love the way the lava looks here. I have been spoiled. Usually when you're in the statue community, you're going to get spoiled by statues, concepts. That's just the way it is. They just pop out of nowhere and oops, you're spoiled. So anyways, here, there's not too many spoilers going on, just a little bit of his abilities. So he has a lava ability, and then he has sort of like a skeletal lava hand here too. That looks pretty cool. I don't know what that's all about, but I think it looks really nice. I have seen another statue too where he uses like these sort of lava dogs, and that is one of the best statues that I've seen of him. It's from Jimie Studio, probably the best company out there for One Piece statues, which we'll take a look at them here in a little bit. But yeah, if you're looking to get into resin statues and you like One Piece, this is definitely a good entry point. This one has gone up for pre-order, and I believe it would cost around $150 shipped to you if you did decide to pick this one up, which I think it's totally worth it. I think the base is cool, the body sculpt is cool, the abilities shown here are cool, so all around is a really nice statue here. Moving on, we got a lot of Bleach statues coming in, most likely because the anime will be airing here pretty soon, but man, some of these concepts are super awesome. For this particular scene, we have Ulquiora versus Hollow Ichigo. I personally, if I didn't have a statue coming in pretty soon, it actually gets here tomorrow, I would have picked these up just because I love the concept. I love the way both of these look. I don't remember these soul things from the anime, to be honest. I don't know if that's canon or not, but the beam right here charging on his horns, at the tip of his horns, that looks awesome. And then Ulquiora as well. I just love this green energy kind of going around him. And then his weapon right here looks cool, as well as his beam that he's charging up in his hand. So really awesome concept. This is by Seretei Studio. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but it's really hard to pronounce. I'll probably put it here on the screen so you guys can see how it's spelled out. But they're doing some awesome work. The price for these is pretty steep though. They are $645 each. So that brings it at about the same price that Figurama's is. Spoiler alert, that's the one that I'll be getting here pretty soon. The only negative I think to this one is the fact that there's no LEDs. I think it was a perfect opportunity just to at least make these energy particles around them have LEDs, but regardless, they still do look really nice. So definitely a good option if you're looking for this particular battle, which for me, it's like in the top 5 battles in all of Shonen. So I had to have this represented in my collection, which I will, but not with this particular set. Now we got some more One Piece here. We got this really cute WCF scale statue of Tony Chopper. I was trying to get DTTC reviews to order this. I don't know if he will, but yeah, he's on my Discord. He also has an awesome YouTube channel. If you guys like One Piece figures, he's obsessed with Chopper. He's been picking up a bunch of Chopper's figure recently, but he's also a big Rem fan. He picks up a lot of PVC, and his videos are honestly awesome. So if for some reason you guys haven't heard of him, go check him out. He has some awesome content out there. But yeah, we'll see if he adds this one to the collection. I don't think he will, but I do personally think this is a really cute and cool statue at the same time. As he said, it does look like Tony Chopper is throwing out a Kamehameha wave right here, which is pretty cool, I think. Now moving on to actually a pretty big disappointment for both me and Hit, another member of my Discord. We're both looking forward to this one, but in the end, something about the body sculpts disappointed both of us. That was the one thing that disappointed me, and as soon as he shared his thoughts, he said the same exact thing. But yeah, just overall, the body sculpts look, I don't know, they just don't look great. They look kind of like cheap plastic toys, if I'm being honest. especially Freiza. I don't know, maybe it will look better once we have some production photos, but just this concept right here, it just looks pretty off. I also feel like it's a little too colorful. And then the price as well was over $600 for this, which in my opinion, it's not worth it. The other two Bleach statues, those I think are worth it. The quality looks really great for those. But this one, I don't think it is, but we'll see. Maybe once they have production photos, it might change my mind, but I personally still won't be picking it up just because I'm not trying to pick up too much Dragon Ball Z statues in my collection. So, but I will keep you guys updated once we have some production photos. Oh man, this is a spicy one. I was debating if I should put this one up here or not, but it was shared on my Discord. I did mention that I'm going to be sharing statues that are shared by either me or other members on my Discord. And this was shared by none other than... Whoops. Sorry, I don't think I can say that out. I might blur that out. His significant other might get after him and me. So I'll leave that out, but you know who you are, and yeah, I can see why you shared it. I mean, it is a resin statue. I personally won't be picking this up, but it's honestly, it looks really nice. For what it is, the base sculpt and the body sculpt look amazing, to be honest. But let's go ahead and move forward from this. Next, we got our next WCF scale statue. So quite a bit WCF last week, but this is pretty cool. This is from the same series that I announced the week before for the Anbu series that G5 Studio is doing. They did Kakashi first. Now they're announcing their Itachi, and I love this. It represents that scene right before Itachi slaughtered the Uchihas, which, spoiler alert if you haven't seen Naruto, but by this point, I'm pretty sure you would have seen it if you're watching my videos. Yeah, I personally really do like this one, so I might end up picking it up. Here is the back of the base. So we have the Hidden Leaf Village here with all of the Hokages represented here on the back. Again, this is a WCF scale, so the details on the rocks might not be the best, but it's just because they have a really small area to work with. But I still do think it looks pretty cool, so I will keep this one in my radar. Moving on, we actually got some JoJo statues. We don't see too many of these too often. We did get one for Jolyne Cujo. This is from the Stone Ocean. I believe this is part 6, if I'm not mistaken. Actually not too sure about the studio. I don't know, it's Joe. No, that's not the studio. It must be this right here, but I don't know what it says. Sorry, I didn't write it down, did I? I didn't, but overall, I mean, I think it's a decent statue. If you're a fan of her, I mean, I would pick it up just because they probably won't be making any anytime soon. They're pretty rare to see JoJo statues. I mean, we might be seeing more in the future, but just at the current moment, we don't see too many. The price hasn't gone up yet, but I don't see this one being more than $300. It looks to be maybe something in the $250 range, but we'll see. I could be totally wrong. Moving on. Oh, this one I am actually pretty excited about because I've been loving Spy Family. And we have Anya here being carried by Lloyd. She looks super cute. She's definitely my favorite character in the manga, which we'll be getting an anime adaptation soon as well. But yeah, I'm definitely going to be keeping my eye out on this. This is by Mado Studio. They're a new studio. I haven't heard of them, but it looks simple and cool. I think the price will be good for this one. So if you want to be updated with this one, I would suggest joining my Discord. I will be sharing the price for this one as soon as it goes up. Next up, we got an influx of Marin statues from the new series, My Dress Up Darling, which it seems everybody has been loving recently, including me. I actually started reading the manga and I'm really enjoying it. I watched the first 2 episodes of the anime, and I personally think I might actually prefer the anime over the manga for this one. But I love Marin's personality, I love her relationship with the main character, and I love how they both just enjoy the hobby of cosplaying together. I will definitely be adding some figures of her in the future, but I don't know if I will be adding resin figures in my collection of her. There has been a lot of resin ones coming out recently, which makes sense. Their companies are trying to make a quick buck out of this super popular series, so I'm going to share with you a few of them right here. And I'll probably share with you what my favorite one is. So this is Sister Studio. I don't have a great picture of this one, but you can kind of see what she looks like here. Not the best face sculpt in my opinion. Then this one here, I don't know the studio, but this actually has, if I go over one more, so she actually comes with 4 different costumes, which makes sense actually now that I think about it, because she is a cosplayer. The only canon one, I believe, is this first one and this third one where she's dressing for the MC to get her measurements. And this last one is just a cast-off version of her where she's completely naked. Yeah, I think this one also went up for pre-order recently, and if you were to just get the base version of her, let me just quickly check. Alright, so the base version is $250, and if you go for the advanced version with all of her costumes and everything, it's $338, so it's alright. I mean, I would personally just go with the standard version. I think she actually looks nice like this. Her bunny version actually looks pretty nice as well. I wonder if Freen will ever make a bunny version of her. We'll see. I'll probably definitely pick that up. But moving on, here's another Marin. Not too bad. Again, I don't think the face sculpt is the greatest. And that's it. That's all the ones I have. There's probably more out there. Definitely more. But these were all of the ones that were shared on my Discord. So, yeah. If you guys are in the market for a Marin statue, there's a lot to choose from out there. I personally will wait for PVC. Alright, Hex Studio, one of my favorite licensed companies that releases Naruto statues. They are doing their second Minato. In this case, it is just a museum pose, but like I've mentioned before, I'm not a fan of museum poses, but honestly, this one looks really cool. I won't be picking it up, but if there was a character that I liked more, Minato isn't one of my favorites. I know he is a fan favorite, so that might be controversial, but he's not one of my favorites, and I don't like museum poses, so I won't be picking this up. But damn if this is not a pretty cool statue. If you guys are a fan, this is definitely a good choice. Hex Studio does put out quality statues, except for maybe their first Naruto. I wasn't a big fan of that one, but other than that, everything else that I've seen from them has been great, so this is definitely a good one to choose from. I think it's gone up for pre-order, and the price for him is something over 800 bucks, but it is a licensed statue, so that makes sense. Alright, next up we got a Freiza statue. This one does tempt me because I love the pose that Freiza has here. It's like his base form, but I think he looks really cool. The engineering that going into this one is also pretty cool because it looks like he's just floating in the air, and I'm assuming some of these clear resin effects is what's propping him up, but I like it. I think it looks really cool. It also has some LEDs, which is a plus for me. I don't think it has gone up for pre-order though, so I don't know the price, but if the price is right, I might end up adding this one to the collection. I don't know, what do you guys think? Do you guys like this one as well? I personally do. Another one that really impressed me is this one here by R Studio. The Colossal Titan with Bertolt standing here in the front. Not one of my favorite characters, but damn do I like this concept. I don't have a Colossal Titan from Giant Studio. I don't know if they will make one, so if they don't, I might end up adding this one to my collection up there with Giant Studio. If I go to the next page, you will see that they also include LEDs, which is really awesome, and they also have Wall Maria here, similar to the Armored Titan, which I showcased a few weeks ago. So I'm definitely keeping my eye out on this one. I think it looks super cool. Alright, next up is SHK Studio. This is one of the more popular studios out there for Dragon Ball Z statues. They put out an amazing line of all of the villains where they have all of the different forms of each of the villains represented in each statue. And I wish that I would have picked up a Freiza, but I think that one went up for pre-order before I started collecting. So they are starting a new line. This one is called the Rival series, and they're starting off with Goku versus Frieza. Now when it went up for pre-order, they had only shown off the non-colored version, so it was a black and white image. But after that, they did go ahead and release the colored version, and I don't know how I feel about the colored version, to be honest. I kind of liked it more when I saw it in black and white. I still know that it's going to be an awesome piece just because SHK does amazing work, so I'm going to wait till we see the final production photos before I make my final judgment on this statue. But overall, I'm definitely going to be keeping an eye out on this Rival series by SHK. I would love to include this battle, Gohan versus Cell. And for Buu, I'm hoping they go Gotenks versus Buu. If they go into Super, I would love to see something with Goku Black, because I love Goku Black. I think he looks super awesome. But yeah, those are some of the ones that I'd be interested from this series. But we'll see what they do. Like I said, their previous line was amazing, so I'm sure all of these are going to be amazing as well. Plus, they have LEDs, which is always a plus for me. All right, and we finally made it to the big announcement last week. This is the Jimie Whitebeard statue, and everybody was going crazy over this one when it went up for pre-order. It actually sold out in most places before the pre-order even went live. I believe most companies were taking wish lists, so you would pay like 30 bucks, 50 bucks to join the wish list, and as soon as it went for pre-order, you were already guaranteed to be in line to basically pick one of these up. But let's quickly go to Spec Fiction just to look at some of the details. And I'm actually surprised that he is still available for pre-order on Spec Fiction. So if you guys are interested in this, definitely consider picking it up from Spec Fiction. They are my go-to for licensed statues in the US. The price for him though is pretty steep at $13.59, but for what you're getting, Jimie statues generally tend to go up in value right after they are released, so I'd say that's a good price if you're planning to pick him up. But I wanted to go ahead and take a look at the edition size. Oh, it's actually still TBD. I thought they would have shown already, but I guess not. So we won't know the edition size till later, which if you guys don't know what that means, it just means the total number of statues that's going to be produced in the world. And generally for statues, there is never a rerun, so that will be the final number to ever be out there. So in my opinion, I like for the edition size for statues that I pick up to be as low as possible, because that just makes them that much more valuable. So I'm hoping to see this edition size to not be too big, hopefully under 500, but we'll see. Lately, some licensed statues have been having pretty high edition size numbers, so we'll see how this one is. But going back to the images here, you guys can I'm just going to scroll through a few of them so you guys can take a look, but it looks like it is going to have some LED here on the base, which I think this looks cool. I don't know what's going on, but it looks like is he this huge that he's bigger than this ship and this other ship right here? I don't know what's going on, but he looks like a beast. Here's a close-up on his body, all the scars, the muscles, his face, everything just looks amazing on this statue. Here's the back, and here you can see the dimensions. So this Kaido I know is huge. This is all in centimeters, so the height is at 25 inches. I don't know, I feel like that, I think somebody mentioned earlier that some of these dimensions were incorrect. I think it's more of the 75 inches for height, because it does look to be the tallest amongst these other ones, and the height for Kaido is at 75, so I'm pretty sure the height for Whitebeard is also 75 or greater. I don't know, so I wouldn't trust these dimensions. We'll see once it's released what the final dimensions are, but out of these three, I definitely think it's the best. Kaido is definitely a close second, and this guy, I don't know who it is. I don't really like the character design, so I'd put him at last. But these two are definitely awesome. If you have, I know one of my good friends on the Discord, Compa Collectibles, he has both of these. He already has Kaido, and he has this guy on pre-order, so his collection is going to look amazing. Alright, and I think I'll go ahead and end it there. This video has been gone on for long enough. We've already covered a lot of the main statues that were announced last week. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Again, appreciate any feedback from you guys. Let me know what you guys think. How can I improve these videos? Put it all down in the comment section down below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys on the next video.